He's a person who put the first seed of Mindtree Bangalore Toastmaster. He is the founder of our club. Now talking about this person, we consider him as a principal in our school, without a cane of course, but he will use his words as his cane. How does he do that? He'll make sure everything goes fine. And if in case we are deviating from what we are supposed to, he'll pitch in and use his cane of words. That's how he makes sure things goes in well. For the last 100th meeting which we had, the 100th meeting, he was in preparation for his marathon, the full marathon. And after 2 months, he completed that marathon as well. So we have always wondered, how does he get this zeal, this motivation, this enthusiasm always? Now we know the answer for that. Because he is the mentee of a person called JP. JP is a person who is around 68 years old. When we listen to him speak, we will think that we are 68, not him. That's the energy level which he was exhibiting. And no wonder why Kumar has that enthusiasm. With no further ado, help me in welcoming, with thunderous applause, the founder of our club, the founding president of our club, Toastmaster Kumar Vishwanathan.
I'm always scared of introductions. Scared of Arun all the time. So after this speech from DDM Kumaran, while I was sitting there, I was thinking about what I should speak. I had no idea what I have to speak. That's what you do in Toastmasters. You don't know anything? Hit the stage. They give you the stage, they give you the platform all the time. Let me just pause for a moment and then ask you a very simple question. What is life's greatest miracle? The greatest celebration? The greatest miracle? Birth. Yes, that's exactly the answer that I was looking for. The greatest miracle is you, is me, is you. Just imagine. There is millions of sperms cells that comes out and then meets this beautiful thing called ovum, and then somehow only one happened to create that new cell, and then it starts dividing again and again, dividing into something which is at the beginning stage of human life. And when that continues to develop in a mother's womb, you and I come out. Now, this is a phenomenal concept. Why? Out of billions of cells that comes out, only one end up becoming that cell that eventually what we call as birth. I'm not going to get into how this happens because Sergeant at Arms already told me we should not talk about sex. And I'm scared of Sergeant at Arms also. But just imagine, out of these millions of cells, only one eventually does something because of which you and I exist. Isn't that wonderful? Can you just pause for a moment? Forget the traffic jam in Bangalore. Forget your manager. Forget your client pressure. Forget your salary, forget your increment, forget your performance rating. Just pause for a moment. All those things what we don't like. Just close your eyes and just imagine how we came into this beautiful place called Earth. That itself will inspire you minds. Now that we are a product of miracle, what do we do with this life? What do you do with this life? Because each and every one of us, I always believe, I'm cutting that sentence, I don't believe in this concept called all of us are equal. How many of you believe in that? Put up your hands. If you don't go to the gym, you can try now. We are always being said, right from our birth, all of us are equal. Isn't it? Are you hearing this for the first time? No? We have told this many times. You and I have told this many times. But actually, deep inside, I don't believe in this. What I really believe is all of us are actually unique. You and I are not the same. You have some unique capabilities that I don't have. I have something probably you don't have. Maybe you have, but I try to conceal it or do something different. I try to project I'm better than you. Sometimes you end up doing that. Now that you have come into this world and you have some unique capabilities, what do you really do with it? That's the question. One of my favorite singer, Michael Jackson. How many of you like Michael Jackson? At least now people are shaking their hands, throwing up their hands. This is a question I should have asked before. I didn't know that. Man in the Mirror, a song from Bad, one of my favorite songs. He says the crux of that song is stop existing and start living. It's a beautiful line, very strong, poignant, deep meaning. All of us, after this miracle, exist. Very few, unfortunately, very few live. What is the difference? Have you found meaning at work? Have you found your purpose of your life in this planet Earth? Have you found your calling? Are you passionate with your hobbies? First of all, do you have hobbies? Are we serious about our hobbies? Do we follow it? Do you know what your strengths are? Do you really believe in it? Because work is just one small piece. But there is a larger canvas called life where work also fits in. But this alone cannot make the canvas. There are a lot of other things. Whether you are married, whether you are available, whether you are courting somebody, or whether you are chasing somebody, whether you've been chased, it doesn't matter. Eventually, you will be trapped. And life moves on. But have we found the purpose? Do we know why we come to work? Do we know why we exist in this world in the first place? If you don't know, then you have a problem. Come to Toastmasters. Another way of looking at it is, when was the last time you did something for the first time? Very confusing question. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Anybody? Yes, sir.
Today I came for the first time to a meeting of the
It takes a 200 meeting to inspire somebody. Guys, you have to do real hard work. What you have done is not sufficient. How many of you have tried swimming? How many have tried running a marathon or a long distance, not necessarily a marathon? How many of you have tried mountain climbing? At least rock climbing. How many of you have tried long distance driving? These are ways and means by which we try to add some color, some celebration, some purpose, some meaning to our life. Not just doing something what we are paid for. If you do that, you start discovering yourself. And when that happens, you start seeing a new you. And when that happens, you become a better individual. And then that starts resonating around people around you. you start influencing people. And that's when you touch somebody and you make an impact. When you make an impact on people around you, even one person, that's when you have arrived. If you understand this, those who have not raised their hands for whatever reasons, at least will get the message. Or I am hoping they'll get the message. So my number one message to all of you today is stop existing, start living. Do you know which is the richest place in the world? Prison?
Switzerland.
Good attempt. The richest place in the world is a burial ground. It's a cemetery. That's when some of the brightest and the best ideas, some of the best poems, some of the best dramas, some of the best movies, some of the best companies, some of the best startups just stayed in people's head. It never saw the light of the day. People went down the ashes with that idea because they were trying to get ready. They were trying to formulate their plans. The idea was there, but it never materialized. A lot of people live what I call get set. You remember the school days when you used to do the running race? Get set, on your mark, get set, go. Unfortunately, a lot of people live their entire life on your mark. Some of them progress to get set, and most of them just remain there. They never go. So that is why they go down the ashes with their ideas, their poems, their songs, their music, everything. And then they never see the light of the day. They never live. So there's no point after this miracle just existing without living. My second message. If you think you have to quit, just remember why you started. This applies to all walk of life, to all of us. In all situations, we'll be tempted to quit. Whether you're trying to go to a gym to reduce weight, I'm not afraid to Arjun. You want to quit the company? You want to quit your marriage? You want to quit a relationship? You want to quit from a club? Whatever. When you reach that point that you have to quit, just ask yourself. Stand in front of the mirror. Be honest. Why did I start? You will find the answer. Whether to quit or not quit. I'll give you my own simple personal example. 2010, for some strange reason, I decided I should get a PhD. A lot of things happen when you turn 40. That's what happens. Don't try to guess my age. Please focus here. This is important. I'm married. I'm not available. I went through the process, got admitted, and then came the bombshell. Before I become eligible to submit my thesis, my university said I have to publish 3 papers in international journals. Actually 2 international journals and 1 national journal. And guess what? The acceptance rate of these international journals is 1.5%. What does it mean? If 100 papers are submitted by 100 people, 98.5 will get rejected. And I was part of 98.5. I'm married. I have my own family. I have my work. I have a lot of other passions that I continue to follow. And then why the hell should I get into this stupid thing called PhD? Because my job doesn't demand. Just that I wanted to do. Now why? I don't care. I don't want to get into that part. I need to reserve that for some other speech, some other day. My first paper was rejected 27 times. Second paper, 28 times. You can now, by law of average, you can imagine or you can guess how many rejections I got from my third paper. But actually, I am yet to publish my third paper. That's the truth. Every time you're rejected, it means you are condemned, you are crushed, you are crumbled. The easiest thing to do is get the hell out of it. Easiest thing. That's what the weakest to do. But now that you are a product of a miracle, you can't be the weakest. You just can't be the weakest. You just brush it aside, go back to your system, try to change. Try to see how you can make it better, what changes you need to make, and then try and attempt and push it across. So far, I'm proud to say I've got almost close to 98 rejections. I'm nearing my 100. But I've not given up. Why? Every time I get rejected by any of these journals, I only ask this question. 2008 is when I found in my mind that I should become a doctorate. Now why is a question that I will answer only to myself, because I told you that's a speech in itself and I've already seen the red card and I'm scared of the timer also. If you ask that question every time you are in doubt, every time you are depressed, every time you are down and out and crushed, you will find the answer. And when you find that answer, you will find the intrinsic motivation in your stomach that will keep you going. And that's when the miracle happens. We will start with a miracle, and eventually, when we say goodbye, we will end with a miracle. Thank you very much.
Before you go to this, I would request Toastmaster Girija Pandey, the area director, to give the felicitation, please. Thank you, Kumar. Now you have taken the responsibility of PR as well. So I'm sure you have planted the ideas. I'm sure we are going to